Recession planning. With the coronavirus impacting the economy and ballooning asset price like real estate, and also the national and consumer debt fluctuating, one could wonder, are we headed into a recession? Now, no one knows for sure, nor do we have a crystal ball to tell you guys whether a recession could happen sometime soon. But one could never be too prepared. So in this video, I'm gonna show you guys what my brother and I, are doing to recession-proof our business, what we're doing to prepare, and how you can do the same. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Stan Kwok here, one of the Kwok Brothers. So in this video, we're gonna go pull the curtain behind and show you guys what the Kwok Brothers here in our company, what we're doing to prepare for a possible recession. Again, we don't know if a recession is gonna happen, but if it does, it helps that we're gonna be prepared, and better to be prepared than to be sorry. And go ahead, I want you guys to steal our ideas and also our methods of preparing for the recession. In exchange, go and smash the like button as well as subscribe to our channel if you guys want more updates as to what's happening in the economy, housing market, and stimulus news in the near future.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Daniel and Sam. I hate to steal your thunder, but we're actually already in a recession right now. The second quarter of 2020 actually showed a negative 32% loss in GDP, and also the first quarter of 2020 showed a negative 5% loss in terms of our GDP growth. And well, as the textbook definition would describe it, a recession is when you have a decline in GDP for 2 quarters consecutively. Now, am I saying that things are gonna get worse, things are gonna get better? I personally think things are actually gonna get worse. So what do we do, right? Well, step one is you gotta cut your expenses. You know, in this channel, we talk about this guy from time to time, and well, as much as I may not agree with Dave Ramsey, one of the things that he says that I actually agree with is you have to oftentimes change your lifestyle to change your finances. You know, maybe not get that, $19 coffee from Starbucks that's only a small and it's only a cup of water and they give you 90% ice instead of water. Maybe not get that. Maybe not take, that trip to Paris. Maybe not buy that expensive $1,600 rowing machine that you've been wanting in your house, right? Maybe not spend all these extraneous expenses. So point number one is I encourage you guys to look at your budget. Look at the things that you're spending money on and make conscious decisions. Maybe it's with you and a spouse. Maybe it's by yourself. And if that's the case, I know a ton of great apps for you to be able to change that. Or maybe it's with a bunch of your family members and it's an opportunity for you as a parent to educate your kids about finances and the importance of making sure you have enough saved and you're cutting unnecessary expenses, especially during times like this.
Now that we've freed up some expenses, looking through our profit and loss statements and making sure that we're stopping unnecessary spending, what we want to start doing is paying down our debt aggressively, as well as building up a large reserve of cash. Here in the Kwok Brothers, we're proud to say that our core businesses are all debt-free. Now, the only businesses that we still have debt is our rental property business, but even then, all rental property financing are all on 15-year amortization so that we can aggressively pay down our debt, paying less interest, as well as making sure that we're building equity and wealth in the process. One of the key factors as to why companies and individuals suffer through hard time is because they have massive amount of debt, aka being over leveraged. So what we're doing here in the Kwok Brothers is we're shedding off any extra debt that we don't need. We're paying them off as soon as possible. That way, when hard times hit, and if for some reason our income drops, we're not struggling with the fact that we have to pay obligations and we have bills to pay with debt. Simultaneously, we're building a large pool of cash so that we can stay agile. And what I mean by agile is that if we see an opportunity during the recession where we can buy discounted assets such as real estate, we could do so very quickly, tapping into our asset reserve. And at the same time, if we're facing a hard time or income drops or revenue drops, we still can manage to deal with expenses and unexpected surprises through our large cash reserve. Now, in one of my favorite books called Built to Last, authored by Jim Collins, Jim talks about how certain companies survive through the recession. And one of the common denominators for companies that do survive is that they have a large pool of cash available to deal with the unexpected as well as the adverse economic situation. So learning from the past, what we're doing is we're trying to keep as much cash reserve as possible so that we can deal with some of the surprises, as well as looking at the upside, being able to acquire discounted assets.
And number 3, guys, is actually raising capital. Now, I'm not saying raising capital for your daughter's Girl Scout cookies campaign. No, I'm not talking about that. And please don't send me the link unless your name is Nick Redding. But what I'm meaning is if you're a real estate investor, my argument is that now is actually the perfect time to get into real estate because, well, I believe, as pessimistic as it may sound, a lot of the research and a lot of the people that I've talked to, whether it be brokers, bankers, whoever it may be, are pretty much saying that there's going to be a huge buying opportunity in about 5 to 6 months. As much as these mortgage programs are pretty much helping landlords and mortgage holders right now are going to wear off, I think there's going to be a huge buying opportunity. So if I were you guys and you're into real estate investing, which I believe everybody should be, I think now is a great time to study, learn, and raise capital, right? Which is the main point of point number 3, to get into opportunistic real estate deals when the time comes. And when you do get into them, I would actually make a point to look at the long-term strategies that real estate can oftentimes offer myself, you, and everybody else.
And fourth, as a bonus, what we're doing here at the Kwok Brothers is we're turning our liabilities into assets. So if you own a home, for example, figure out a way to turn your home into an income-producing asset. So if you have an unused room, or maybe you go away for a vacation for 2 to 3 weeks at a time, figure out how to turn your home into an Airbnb or VRBO hospitality business where it can generate income when you're not using it. Another idea is that if you have office space like we do, and if you have unused office space, list the office space with sites like breather.com where you can actually rent out your office space with an hourly rate and rent them out and to collect some income. So there are so many ways right now with the shared economy to turn liabilities and things that you're not using and turn it into an income producing asset and rent it out to other individuals. That promotes what we talked about earlier, which you can use the extra cash to pay down your debt as well as building your asset and cash reserve. Speaking of turning a liability into an income producing asset, see your hand right here? You're not using it right now, right? So go and use that hand to smash the like button, click on that like button, help us out with our YouTube algorithm. So what do you think about our recession proofing plan? Did you like it? Did we miss anything? Comment down below. I want to hear your recession proofing plan. If you have any, we'd love to hear and have a conversation with you guys down below.
And last but not least, guys, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it so that everybody can have this information. Or if you want to be a jerk, don't share it at all. But also another reminder, guys, we're actually putting out another version of this video, but specifically for you real estate investors.